Good evening, everyone. Thanks a lot for staying with us. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Shivani Gupta. Vinayak Damodar Savarkar. No other historical figure in India has been as hated and as debated in recent times. To be fair, the entire debate over Savarkar, the much maligned freedom fighter, has been thrown open like never before, which is not a bad thing. In a true democracy, people are not told what to think. They are debated and argued with if one wants to change their mind. But the vice-like grip on Indian history by leftists has been such that till recently one couldn't even mention Savarkar, let alone hail him. And in many things, that stranglehold is loosening. And thus, more and more people in India are emboldened to hail Savarkar, the man who spent 14 rigorous years in Kalapani jail under the British. And the fact that a lot of misconceptions or the blacks and whites about Savarkar are merging into greys, some are extremely nervous. To the extent that recently clashes broke out over a Savarkar poster. And one Hindu man was even stabbed by some Muslim men just because he happened to be around that chaos. Surely, no amount of objection to Savarkar can justify this. And is the objection to Savarkar itself becoming a pantomime of left Islamo-hysteria that seeks to cancel or completely cut out some that they don't like? Is this objection not becoming stale? Which historical figure, for example, even including Mahatma Gandhi, has not been criticized or opposed during their time by their peers and beyond? Which figure is holier than thou? None. Why this hatred for Savarkar alone then? We will take that to our guests in just a bit. But first up, here's what happened today. Former Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah faced backlash today after his car was gheraued in Kodagu, where he was there to take stock of the flood situation, and BJP youth workers threw Savarkar's photo into his car. They also put up social media posters saying, "Go back Siddu Khan." Now they brandished black flags, they chanted Savarkar over Tipu. Now remember, this is coming days after Siddaramaiah had asked, when that poster row and clash broke out, that what was the need of putting up a Savarkar poster in a Muslim area. Meanwhile, there is another poster row that is now emerging. In Mangaluru, Suratkal, a poster was put up by Hindu Mahasabha that had not only Savarkar, but also Nathuram Godse's photo. Now, these posters are being put up in multiple locations in this area in the name of Hindu Mahasabha State President Rajesh Pavitran on the occasion of Krishna Janmashtami. Is this also not going overboard by Hindu body? But let me come back to the subject, which is, of course, Savarkar. What has been the historical charge against him and what has been the defense? Let's take a look. Now, the charge is that he was associated or involved in the assassination of Gandhi. But of course, the defense is that he was given a clean chit by courts. And the person, Nathuram Godse, who was guilty, was punished. The charge also is, and this is used often, that he sought clemency from the British and therefore he surrendered to the British. The defense also is that, see, this was a tactic to save his life. Remember, he was one of the only ones who was suffering in Andaman's jail, not really some of the other big freedom fighters. And he wanted to continue that freedom fight, and he actually did and paid a lot of price for it. Another charge is that he was communal and anti-Muslim. Now, Savarkar backers say that this is not true because he backed Hindu-Muslim unity, but as Indians first. He objected to appeasement of any religion. The charge also is that he was the originator of the two-nation theory. That the defense is, and this is obviously proven by facts, that it was Syed Ahmad Khan who initiated the theory in 1883, before Savarkar was born, that Hindus and Muslims possibly cannot live together. So the big debate that's coming up today after this Savarkar poster row, the question that we're asking is that is it just an ideological opposition to Savarkar, which is okay, or has it descended into hatred to the extent that actually the ones who accuse others of dividing India are dividing the Indian people? Take a look at what both sides are saying.
ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ತ್ಯಾಗ ಮಾಡಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ವಾತಂತ್ರ್ಯ ತರುವಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಮುಖ ವಹಿಸಿದ ವೀರ್ ಸಾವರ್ಕರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹಾಕಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಗೌರವ ಕೊಡುವಂತ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಆದರೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಕಿಡಿಗೇಡಿಗಳು
सावरकर के बारे में जस्टिस कपूर कमीशन की रिपोर्ट पढ़िए. जस्टिस कपूर कमीशन की रिपोर्ट में सावरकर को गांधी की हत्या में एक मुजरिम करार दिया कि उनका इन्वॉल्वमेंट था. तो जो गांधी की हत्या में जस्टिस कपूर कमीशन इंक्वायरी कमीशन एक्ट के तहत बनाई गई थी,